We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. I mean, in the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
We are here.
Stepping into your greatness is a wild ass thing to say.
Is that crazy?
After talking about everything you're doing, like almost as if like this is the embodiment of me stepping into my greatness. So you should do the same, nigga. Not saying that's what it is, just how it can
that's
be
their
received.
Impression. Yeah.
How it can be received. Thank you for the motivation, Frank. I wasn't thinking about my greatness until you mentioned all yours.
Not that we've gotten what I've done out the way.
Yeah, let's get to this other shit, man.
Now, thank you for pulling up. We are here with one of the greatest talents to ever emerge out of battle rap, one of our greatest modern day authors, and one of my personal favorite battlers of all time, Ace Amin. How you feeling today, brother?
Oh, no pressure here. No more. It's one of the greats. No pressure here. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing all right, man. I'm alive. I can't complain, man. You know, I'm around.
Well, thank you for pulling up and making time to do this.
Appreciate you.
I'm a big fan of yours, and I want to ask you questions from a fan perspective. And indulge me if there's anything that I ask you that you know how it goes. If there's anything I ask you don't want to answer, you already know what to do, and I'm gonna mind my business.
Yeah, I know how to not answer shit.
Okay, bad. All right, so let's get started with one of my favorite battles from you, Ace Amin versus Burke Bucs. This is the battle where you had the bar, the 100 bar, and the layering of it shifted my understanding of writing. I dare say it was a triple entendre. Do you remember this battle? And could you clarify for us if that bar is a triple entendre?
That battle was the other day ago. It seemed like I remember that battle. It's actually one of my favorite battles of mine. In terms of from beginning to end execution of a plan and the excitement. I remember just like coming up with the material, and then the weekend there was Band Legacy 2, I believe. Yeah, it was. It was a great run up after the feud battle. It was a great follow up. It was a time where I was still trying to figure out not just the rapping, because I'm still figuring that out too, but the landscape of newfound internet fame, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? Being a negative 4 Z-lister in terms of being recognized when you go out places by people that don't necessarily have nefarious intentions for you. So it's like when you having to distinguish between somebody like staring at you because they recognize you from YouTube and staring at you because they recognize you from your past lifestyle. It's a little bit tumultuous to say. I'm saying I'm just remembering what it was like for me at that time period. So that battle was like the culminating point to see if I could repeat or replicate what was done with the Fuse battle. And it was some pressure. Now looking back at it, I could see where there was external pressure, but at the time I didn't feel that way. Because everything for me is always like, and it's gonna sound like cynical, I've just felt like I've lived more than what I probably have been allotted. So everything that I do now is side quest. That's how I care. Everything for me now is a plus. It's gravy. You know what I'm saying? We already made the steak no free, and we're just eating gravy now. So going in that battle, the Buck 100 was actually the first bar I thought of when I got the opponent. The second bar I thought of was the money laundering. I'm Wash Buck. Those are the first 2 bars I thought of, and they were the first 2 that I wrote and set up for.
That's crazy.
It being a triple entendre, at least that I don't, you know what I'm saying, like keep it a buck. It's on both sides of the punch, so like 2 sides where the setup is on the actual line. Keep it a buck. It's a name flip reference to him, Buck, and then Buck, the actual animal, Buck, and then Buck, the money of Buck, and then 100 being 100 as a high. You have to say it for it to maintain it being an entendre. 100 was the 100, like you're getting 100, like 100 dealing with a buck, and then 100 dealing with him. So
crazy.
It was I'll tell you a crazy thing. On the setup, I said something about I had the plug covered, those two lines were separate, but in the build-up, I realized that they rhymed, and I just combined it. So as I got close to the battle, I was right, but it was in a whole other part of the round. And I realized that I was like, yo, these shit's rhyme. I'm gonna just add it to the build-up. So the build-up seems long to get to Buck 100 because I added a whole nother setup to that. Just to give you background on it, just to give you some, you know what I'm saying? So that's what but that was the first two bars I wrote. I didn't expect them to. I'm not one that I don't look for like opening haymakers. That ain't really my thing. I like to kind of slow cook to get some momentum. That's usually like how I like to capture the room, kind of set the tone, like, you know, differentiate myself from whatever my opponent might have done, and then slowly, gradually build up to a crescendo. And opening haymakers tend to contradict that, just for the sake of it's high energy at the very front of the round, and you have to kind of like match that and elevate and then get to the natural crescendos you're trying to get to. So that round, that wasn't my necessary goal. It just worked out that way.
Damn. Okay, the next battle I want to talk to you about, you really had us as fans invested before the battle even took place, all the way to the actual battle, and it delivered. And oftentimes battles that are sold so well don't deliver at that high level. Yeah. But you and John, Ace Amin versus John the Don, fantastic promo, fantastic battle. What do you remember from that experience?
Shout out John. That was a real learning experience for me in terms of perception. I don't know if I can say what I learned the most from that battle, but John said something to me after we had completed the battle, we completed the objective, that changed like my entire perspective on life. And I don't know, I could say it. I don't know. I want to kind of say that I've never said it publicly what he said, but when he said it, it just made everything clicked, and I was like, damn, like you got to take that into consideration. I never did up until that point. So saying that to say, that battle was a great time in battle rap. I don't know if you remember, that was when COVID was going on. There was no outside battle. There were no big event. It was the first big event for battle rap outside of COVID. It was in Atlanta. It was great, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Am I looking back at it, it's a little cringy in terms of the actual battle. But I liked.
Really?
For me, that's a right. Okay. I've elevated since then in my mind. You know what I'm saying? So niggas going to comment, they're gonna say you're crazy. You know. But in my mind, I've gotten a lot better. So there's a lot of things I look at where I'm like, yo, I left something to be desired on the table. But in the moment, for a battle that's close to 1 million views, in the moment, it got released the week. It happened that Saturday. It got released that Monday. In the moment, it was proof. What it means for the culture was proof that people can have a real life issue. It was really there. And figure out a way to get the most out of it professionally.
I love that.
As both his brand, his imprint, and my career. You know what I'm saying? I think we were able to kind of like really make it a plus with no bloodshed, no extenuate, no situations afterwards. We've been cool. I've gotten on the 5 spar with John. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? I actually got a lot of respect for him because he could have handled that situation a lot differently. And I genuinely have a lot of respect for that guy, man. I do. So
I respect the example y'all set too, and I also love seeing your personality on display. To this day, you can look up the GIF of you with the multiple hats on. I thought that was so funny.
So originally, I was gonna wear a big ass sombrero, and every time he capped, I was going to put the big ass hat on. And I was like, it was either between that and the hats, and then Hollow the Don was like, yo, you should probably roll with the hats. Go with the hats. He's like, go with the hats. I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna go with the hats. So I took damn near every fitted that I own. Not everyone. I took a lot of them. I have way more than even what I put on. Niggas don't know.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I was gonna keep putting the bitches on
too. Genius moment. This next battle, I tell the story all the time on the platform. I was with a very beautiful young lady who also loved battle rap at the time, and we were at a very nice hotel. And the only thing we did was sit back and watch Homeskool versus Ace Amin. And after it was over, we spent at least 2 hours arguing about who won the battle, just to show you how ridiculous, but how invested we were. We argued back and forth. I thought you won the battle. She thought Homeskool won the battle. But it was such a great battle. I've always enjoyed the way you not only from a performance standpoint, you not only make sure that your performance is on point, but you also aided in your opponent's performance of the bar landing more than it could have. What do you remember from that Homeskool battle?
Shout out Homeskool. Homeskool is one of the dopest writers and the most insightful people in battle rap. He's very, very, very meticulous. He's dogged in his ability to like recognize things that need to be spoken upon and how they need to be spoken upon. I owe him a battle review. I had a lot going on in life at the time when he did it. I didn't forget Homeskool. If you see this, he's an amazing talent though. So from that battle, the week, as you know, I'm a nigga that prep kind of, you know, late, but it's not late in the sense. It's like I edit up until the day of damn near, until I get out of the phone completely and I'm rapping and rehearsing. I'm still editing even as I'm rehearsing. So I lost my phone 5 days before the battle.
Damn.
5 days before the battle. So I had that first round, I had practiced it enough that I had memorized it. So that first round was most of my first round was a little like 2 bars that I realized was taken out after. And then my second round and third round I had to rewrite them completely.
That's crazy.
The battle. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, no, you know, no, it's just I you know, at the time I really even spoke on it that well, not that much either anyway. But I really wanted to take away or use that as a crush because niggas, everybody got life going on. I remember going to that battle. That was my first time understanding like small league lineups, meaning they line you up like they'll tell one of their up and comers like, yo, you got this person in 3 months, and he'll know that he's gonna like we're gonna set this battle up, and you don't know that's what's going on. And no, it's not. It's not a bad thing. This is how you develop. This is how you develop. This is how you give people an opportunity to take advantage of an opportunity. And I'm not mad at it at all. Like, I've done several like battles with Lex, my man. I fuck with our battle. But that was my first time understanding. Like, yo, just because it's his biggest battle when it's nothing to you, it might be nothing to you in terms of how you view the actual opportunity itself, other than like expanding your brand and just competing, being a competitor. But to them, it's the World Series. Yeah. And so like that, I think that was like his first like quote unquote. I'm not gonna call myself that, but you know, it was like his first like big look. He took full advantage of it. Like he was in there wilding. Like that said to me, like I still want to kind of like punch him in the face about like. I can't even call you a cancer because these cameras they would show growth. Like he said, you haven't shown no growth. I was like, why the fuck are you talking to me? I don't even got no problem with you. Like I like you. I'm one of your biggest advocates. I speak highly of you every time your name is anywhere. Why the fuck you talking to me like this? That's the nature of battle rap. I tell you all the time, though, the direct court, like battle rap is the rare thing where the more you respect the motherfucker, your respect level correlates directly to you wanting to kill that person. The more you respect the motherfucker, the more you want to kill them because it's like you fear what they're capable of. So you go in there with a little bit more steam, if that makes sense.
100%. That's so funny.
Then they're trying to steamroll my dumb ass. Shout out Homeskool.
Shout out to Homeskool. Love that battle. This next battle, we don't have to get into too much of the details, but I think there's a lot that needs to be said about how well you engage the audience. Ace Amin versus Bad Newz, of course, was a dope battle, but the part that
why ain't nothing happening in that battle? Crazy.
Well, the thing that stayed with me forever is you had an envelope in the face-off, and to this day, I've always wondered what was in that envelope.
All right, so I'll tell you a story. That was actually when I told the story with Uncle Robert Forgot to Be. That was actually then when the first part of that story when I said some crazy. I don't even know if I want to say that on here, man. Listen, man, I've gone through therapy since then. I've changed, but I'm saying I don't want to have to relive this, but I'm gonna say it just for the sake of your platform. When I had the mask on, it was during COVID. It was right after COVID, 2020. Or like, no, it was during COVID. My bad. So I got the mask on, but I got it like under my beard, and I can't see. I don't know what I got on, so I'm about to go do the face off. And somebody told me like, yo, you got your mask. I'm like, he's like, no, he said your face, check your face. I'm like, man, fuck my face. Yeah, I'm saying like on some intense, like I'm ready to go do work. Like, man, like if a nigga would have been like, yo, your cup, I'd be like, man, fuck my cup. But he didn't say my cup, he said my face, and I said, man, fuck my face. So everybody turned and looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I'm not thinking about what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, yeah. And nigga like, what? I'm like, yeah, no, man, fuck my face. I ain't worried about that nigga. You know, whatever the situation is now. Another rapper that was on UM at the time stood up and looked at me like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, damn, I just invited that whole room to fuck my face, didn't I? I was wilding. So that happened. As that's happening, I'm forgetting to get the envelope because I'm about to do the face off. I'm forgetting to get it. And then niggas reminded me, I went to the printer in the office that was next door. I grabbed the envelope. I asked KD, I'm like, yo, KD, you got an envelope? They're like, yeah. She gave me the envelope. I went and just grabbed 3 blank papers and just put it in there.
No way. What kind of psychological?
So
there
look,
was nothing.
if you watching the face off, I keep taking it because in my mind, all right, whenever you do something, this is just chess. It's like, okay, what's the counter move? In my mind, I'm like, if somebody put a piece of envelope on the table with me, I'm gonna take the envelope and open it right then and there because you obviously don't want to reveal it now, or you would. So if I see, I'm gonna play like it don't bother me, like I'm not thinking about it. The first chance I get, I'm gonna grab. So if you look at the face off, I keep taking it off the table and putting it down on the floor next to me so he can't reach it. Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, he gonna get smart and he's just gonna rip it off the table and he gonna take it. But he kind of bit the bait and went for it, and his whole body language changed, and he started worrying about. He changed his round the next day, and I told him I talked to him on the phone before. I told him I wasn't gonna say nothing about what we talked about. I'm not gonna rap about it. You know what I'm saying? Like now, looking like back at it, how the shit played out is crazy. But so the truth of the matter is, the same people that I guess put the paperwork out, they called me, but they didn't have no paperwork. So they called me and told me what happened. So I called him and told him what they did. I said, yeah, I told them, I'm about to call him and tell him y'all called me. Like, I'm not, it was the week of the battle when they did that. So I called them and I was like, yo, some niggas from around your way just said A, B, and C, man. I don't plan on using it. I'm just letting you know everybody ain't like me. You know what I'm saying? So if they did this with me, they probably doing this with other people. You might probably want to get to the bottom of that. Never asked me who said it, though. That was the crazy part. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, he guilty. So I'm like, I don't know. And that's why I never said it, because I'm not going to do, like, that's not how that go. Like, I'm not going to just, niggas like, yo, you knew that. I'm like, yo, I didn't know. Niggas didn't have paper. A nigga called my phone and say anything. If they don't have anything to corroborate what they're saying, I'm not about to just jump out the roof and play with a nigga life like, oh, you did A, B, and C. Like, I don't know. It's not my business. I wasn't there. It's not me or my people. It's none of that. It's a nigga looking at you. And then the way my mind works always with that type of shit is that if you're so upset and if what you're saying is true and you are so angered by it and you such this real nigga, you on this time, why you ain't doing nothing about it? Why you calling me? Like, so they're saying, like, don't call me. Like, what, you want me to do something about something that don't got nothing to do with me? You want me to expose? Okay, it's cool. You don't have nothing to substantiate it, but in the event that you did, okay, to the right people I fuck with it, I know I'll make sure the word out, but I don't know it to be true, so I didn't say nothing. I just told niggas what happened. But when he didn't ask me who said it, because that's the first thing you're going to ask when a nigga call your phone and say some crazy shit. You tell a nigga, hey, this nigga just said you was over there on 4th Ave, butt naked, selling Ace or Eyez. You going to be like, man, who the fuck said that?
Ace, that's so crazy. Hey.
They said, selling Eyez. You going to be like, who the fuck said that? I ain't selling no Eyez. You tell that nigga, he ain't asked me who said it. I was like,
oh my God.
So yeah, that's what happened. So I told him I wasn't gonna rap about it. I didn't rap. But that's why at the end of the battle, I'm like, I told you I was gonna rap about that shit, you fucking idiot. And it worked. He switched the second round. He stumbled. He chucking around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, shout out to people, man.
So the next battle that you really sold us on as well, and I think delivered on the promise as well, was Ace Amin versus Snake Eyez. I love that battle, but it is most definitely the most aggressive shoulder check I've ever seen in my life. Most aggressive bump I've ever seen. And that's in battle rap, outside of battle rap. I've just never seen. And the sounds the mic made, it sounds like somebody hitting a punching bag. So
I think
exactly.
The bump on Tink the Demon was probably a little bit, because Tink like 300 pounds. In order to move him, I had to like actually try.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I was just, it's not, even Snake Eyez, I didn't really try.
Yeah.
Tink, I'm like, yo, if I don't do this right, he's not gonna move.
Jesus.
So another human being, but go ahead, my bad.
The snake battle itself, y'all both had exceptional writing. It was a very dope battle. Why was it such an intense lead up to the battle? And did you know back then the snake was going to be a problem lyrically? Like, why did we get that version from both of y'all?
He's an irritant. So I learned a lot of things from that battle. See, first, that battle was supposed to happen on Band Legacy 3. I lost my voice, right? The material that I had for Band Legacy 3, I didn't edit any of it. And I say learn because I didn't know then that writing for big rooms was different than writing for small rooms. Mind you, that was my 6th battle. That was my first, Snake Eyez was my first big stage. It was my 6th battle overall. That was my 3rd 3-round battle. It was in front of 2,000 motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Opening up the card for Merlin and T-Top and Briggs. That was the same night that happened. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
I was completely green and inexperienced then. Niggas didn't know I was winging it. You know what I'm saying? I was learning on the fly. So that version of me, of our battle period, was supposed to be in a small room, would have been way, as good as it would have been way better in a small room. I still get, that was the first time I had a room rocked on me, like repeatedly, like when he did the Russell baby, Russell Wilson,
crazy.
Like crazy, like
rapping.
I think like in the lead up, one of Snake's best attributes is he's an irritant. He knows how to get under niggas' skin. And once I saw that he knew how to, I didn't really let him get under my skin, but I said I'm gonna beat him to it. I'm gonna do everything I know he don't like. I'm gonna find out what he don't like, and I'm gonna just that promo was legendary. And it also taught me that in battle rap, that was the big lesson I learned from that battle. You oversell. Like I didn't realize that I was selling my performance by selling it. I thought I was just bringing attention to it, but I didn't know that, because I wasn't just like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. It was just like making fun of him. I had GoFundMe's for his eye, GoFundMe for like traveling routes to get up there. That was when the Scopazza move was hot on Twitter. I put a picture of his face with his eye. I found an old interview with his girl, and it was like cut it up. So she keeps saying his name, Christopher, all that shit. It was just to get on his nerves. I didn't know that niggas correlated how you sold a battle with how you were gonna do in the battle. That's when I learned it. And I'm like, the showbiz or the entertainment, like all of this leads to a battle. So everything you're doing, no matter whether you want it to be or not, is gonna be indicative of what their expectation level is going into the battle. And I kind of learned that the expectation was really high for that battle, not because we were good or we were supposed to be like great that night. It was because we had created a lot of expectation. We had created a lot of anticipation for it.
110%. And I always reference that battle. Whenever people tell me, oh, Snake don't got good battles, I always say, yo, Ace Amin versus Snake. I go to that battle all the time. As a fan, I was thoroughly entertained by both of y'all. Both of y'all sold the battle. Y'all both did y'all numbers.
Shout out Snake guys, man.
Shout out Snake. This next battle, Ace Amin versus Elijah Strait. I tell Elijah this so I can say it here comfortably, but I had you mollywopping Elijah Strait. That battle did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I thought it was going to be a more even fight. I think it was a very clear win for you. What do you remember from that battle?
He had some amazing shit. He just couldn't get through it. As a nigga who has written amazing shit and had a hard time getting through it, I sympathize with that. You know what I'm saying? He had some of the most original, like, I think people have built upon some of the things that he was the first person to flip my name a bunch of ways, which I'm not going to highlight here, but if you want to go back and watch the battle, he was the first person to really think of some of these linear processes in order to get to a name flip, because my name is not the most easy to flip. Like,
fact,
it's not the easiest to flip other than the Amin part, and he kind of figured out how to do that shit. And I was amazed, because I'm like, yo, because in my mind, that's his strength, his name flipping. I'm like, yo, a nigga that name flip other than him and Nitty and like a real flipping, like a name flipping motherfucker. If you don't like it, if you're not the greatest in the world at that shit, you're gonna have a hard time trying to go in there and flip my name in a way that fans haven't heard already. And he found ways to do that. It's just I was a little bit more clean, and I was fresh out. I was on a little bit of a rampage. You know what I'm saying? I had shit to prove, and it's just he was he's a lot less experienced. I've been in some high leverage moments that people don't realize. I've been in some very high pressure against some high level opponent, high stage, big moments. I don't get rattled. I've seen it all in terms of this sport for the most part. And so if you're kind of new, if I'm on 10, you won't have a hard time. You won't have a difficult time.
That's a fact. Speaking of being on 10, Ace Amin versus Qleen Paper, I thought you did some amazing rapping. And, you know, a lot of times I see battlers get on a stage of sorts and they have to, especially the ones who have that lyrical ability, I don't want to say dumb down, but they kind of condense their material and really try to make it more digestible and presentable because it's a big stage. But I thought you really were rapping your ass off against Qleen Paper. Like, it almost felt like a small room content, but on a big stage. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I be dumbing down. Believe it or not. It might not. It's just I say so many words when I rap that it might seem like it's always a lot of words. Not always. It's just like I rhyme a lot of rap. I'll rhyme 8 syllables, 6 syllables, 7 syllables. So it might seem that way. That battle was one where the energy was great, and then we had the little kerfuffle, and the energy was bad. But I had a firm grasp on material, so I was continuing to like rap through it. He couldn't. That's another legend body. Like, it was a clear 30. Like, not. I'm saying, like, that's another one. Like another. I got a lot of them. Like niggas Nah, so saying that to say, I learned from that battle as well. I learned that it's one of those things like the exchange of energy in a battle makes the battle. So it's like even when you're like winning clearly, if it's not, this is entertainment. At the end of the day, this is entertainment. You have to be entertaining, but a big part of battle rap entertainment relies on a viable opponent. High level, high leverage battles are such because both opponents are worthy, are capable. Not saying he isn't. I'm saying that on that night he wasn't the best Qleen. I was one of the better Ace Amin, better versions of myself, so I was able to kind of push through it. But had the energy not got fucked up by that, that was like one of those ones where niggas talk about like, yo, I separated myself from everybody. I was high on that card. I was on a run though. That was leading up to the Summer Madness run. That was when I had kind of had conversations with people around me. People don't know I was pretty much done with battle rap at that point. And then I talked to two people and I told them, yo, if I don't do Summer Madness or Gnome this year, or both, I'm gonna just leave it alone. Just not even because of any other reason than time. Like you know what I'm saying, I got kids and shit, so I really wanted to kind of dedicate myself to that, and it worked out though. Like it worked out because I definitely went on a crazy tear that year.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I want to talk about well, big salute to Arsonal first of all. My favorite battle of all time.
Shout out Big Jersey.
Shout out Jersey. He's one of my favorites. I think a lot of battlers when they get that Arsonal battle, it's a milestone, you know what I mean, in their career. What do you remember from your battle with Arsonal?
He wasn't disrespectful. Not even on like some shit like it's an honor for a nigga for me to say like he wanted to come in there and rap with me.
That's a fact.
Like he's like, and he spoke highly of me. He's like, yo, like the way you rap made me want to rap. Like you know what I'm saying? So we would talk shit the whole lead up. Like we got each other numbers. Whenever he come in town, I push up on him. Whenever he's like in my city, whenever I'm in his city, I push up on me. So like I fuck with Ars. Ars one of the ones I fuck with. And I told people like niggas that give me shot, like even like a JC with this opportunity, I always take these and I kind of like I'm always look at like, yo, nigga gave me an opportunity and have to give me. You know what I'm saying? So him rapping with me, I felt honored. Like, his second round was crazy. His second round. But I felt like I won the battle kind of clear. Like, like not even close. But the fact that he didn't rely on disrespect, like he tricked me. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I just knew I was like he was gonna try to neutralize me that way. But after he told me like, I wanted to come in here and talk pain and rap with you. And he definitely was rapping. He was rapping his ass off. He said one of the craziest drug slips to me that I've heard. Like through all the shit that I was talking with that, he said one of the craziest slips I heard. So drugs keeping y'all together, and that was crazy.
I love it. I love it. Will we ever get a Danny Myers trilogy?
We already got a trilogy. We battled the 2-on-2.
Oh no! What I'm saying, solo trilogy.
I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know if Danny feels like that would be like something for him at this point, but.
Why? What is it about y'all? What is it? Is there like a rivalry that we don't know about behind the scenes?
No, respect. It's like a begrudging. It's a very grounded and respect, admiration. Even like I fuck with Danny as a person, but as a rapper, I definitely fuck with his. He's penalized for being everything that we want everyone else who isn't what he is. Like we penalize him for having the enthusiasm and the passion that we wish some of our favorites had. Like
that's a fact.
The being on 10 every time that he appears or not being there. And the thing is, like, even if it's not his best material, his effort is gonna always be on 10.
That's a fact.
He's been in this shit 30 years, damn near. He don't want to stop. He loves it. He's here for the love of.
He's hip hop. Danny's hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
So
yeah.
For me to have that, to be able to say I battled Danny Myers 3 times, would be an honor on my part. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's one of the best ever to do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fine.
I don't have any opposition to battling one of the greatest niggas ever.
That's fine. Who's a better pen? You or Danny?
Pen? Just pure pen?
Just pure pen.
Danny.
Damn. Salute to you for the humility to say that. That's real. That's really real.
If I'm better than them, I'm gonna say I'm better than them. In terms of like, okay, if you want to say technicality, probably me, but I'm way more technically sound, but I'm not. I pay attention. Like I'm a little more stickler for technicality than most people are. Little one thing off with me, and I'm not saying it, or I'm not like advocating this ass to me. And the crazy thing is, I'll cheer for some shit I wouldn't write, but I'm not writing. You know, like, yeah, I'll cheer for some shit. I recognize shit that's dope that I wouldn't say. And just because that's not my gig. A lot of niggas do that. They can't take themselves out of the equation where they say like, "Yo, I wouldn't say that shit, so it's not dope." It's like, nah, nigga, that don't make. Like what Shotgun Suge said to me, I would never have wrote about me, but he made that shit. That shit was amazing. I'm never say it wasn't amazing. I'm a living. That's something you gotta die to be considered. I wouldn't have thought of that. That shit
Crazy.
You know
one of the craziest moments that I've had watching your battles as an Ace Amin fan is when you battled Tru Foe. First of all, it was body bag, nasty business.
Yeah,
but
you have to give us a shout out, Foe, man. I appreciate you helping me get to Summer Madness, boy. Wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for your death. I wouldn't have got there, boy. Good looking, boy. Good looking, boy. You my nigga forever, boy.
Shout out Tru Foe, and shout out to the DMV Midwest rivalry. But you started bleeding.
Man, we be killing it. I bit my tongue, man. Yeah, we be killing it. She just got that nigga out of the tournament. Cuban smoked that nigga. Everybody in the smoke Foe. Like Foe, he's a punching bag. That's my nigga.
Oh my god.
Punching bag, no rivalry. Like what's over there like right now?
Okay, so when he come battle Swerve and cook Swerve, then what?
We'll talk about it then, but I don't got that happening. Swerve 2-1 clear.
Oh,
okay. They could battle.
Okay.
They could battle on motherfucking Steve Drive. In the middle of Chicago, summertime, 102 degrees outside.
Still got Swerve.
Everybody got 30s on. I got Swerve 2-1 clear. He don't do this certain shit. Folks just don't do that. Swerve, like, man, Swerve. Speaking of Swerve's skill set is very individual, man. Niggas don't. Saying, and for me, certain shit I can't say about the home. I can't say about Cube and Swerve. I can't say certain shit about them niggas because they gonna say I'm the homie. That's why I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, I'm an analyst with this shit. Now I'm not gonna get up here and just trash no homie, but that don't I won't tell the truth about skill sets. Swerve has a very individualized thing that he's figured out how to do. And a lot of niggas spend 10 years in this shit that can't figure it out. And that's why that shit travels well. That's why when you see him in California against Next, when you see him in Florida or against this nigga, it travels well. You see him in Canada bombing on a nigga, it works. You know what I'm saying? So
that's real.
Shout out OSBL and Kills for that development process over there, KMN mob shit. You know
wow. Okay. So, there's the shout out to all New York Knicks fans. I'm a Lakers fan, but shout out to New York Knicks fans. They had an exceptional championship win, and the city celebrated that. That proximity. Damn, that word whooped my ass. That proximity to celebrating when
you wrote it.
When you're a fan, Jersey. When you're a fan, there's a certain feeling you get as a fan when you see someone that you're a big fan of win something. And you celebrate, or even just them getting the opportunity to get to a win that's a major win. And I think Ace Amin fans were extremely happy to see the announcement of Ace Amin versus Rum Nitty. That's a cause that we all championed. Just you getting the opportunity to battle Nitty, incredible. Like, we'll start there. Fantastic job selling the fight, getting it booked. That's really a people's battle. You know what I'm saying? But after the battle, I spent a lot of time defending my true belief that you had won the battle. I truly believe you won that battle. Now, be clear. Nitty still got to see Sheed for that stuff happens bar. I'll never forget that bar ever in life.
I'm going to forgive that because he didn't have to say that to me.
He did. There was no. It was unprovoked. There was no reason. There was no reason to drop a bomb like that.
It was a rumor off of GP. Like
it was unnecessarily incredible. Yeah, but with and you weren't looking. You weren't looking when he did it, which made it a little bit more insulting, in my opinion.
When he said stuff your partner wounds with cotton balls, I knew what he was about to say.
You knew the stuff happened.
I looked over. And that's another thing. I be actually predicting a lot of bars as they're happening. I just don't point it out. I gotta start actually saying like, yo, you about to say. But as soon as he started, like even like he had a few of them where like the Young and Ace, you see me with the Young and Ace. I shook my head on that one. I don't like doing it. I don't like taking away from a nigga, especially if I fuck with a nigga like that. Listen, Rum is really the bro. You know what I'm saying? Rum is
incredible.
Rum did not
have the greatest ever
battle. He did not. He was on fire. He's always on fire, but he was really on fire. That's the push to Lux. Like, you understand? Like after that, it's only like 3 more battles on URL between that and then him having, I think, 2 more maybe. And then he got Lux. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't have to take that battle. You know what I'm saying? And then we turned out. For me, it's gonna sound crazy. I love the fans, man. I never want to let the fans down, but I didn't want to let him down. I really didn't want to let the homie down because it was like, yo, like, he didn't have to take this battle. Like, he's run no matter what. I gotta make it look like, because he's speaking highly of me in the run. He's like, nah, he like, yeah, dog. He deserved this. Like, he really supposed to be up there. He wanted one. And if I don't if I don't live up to what he's saying, I make him look crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yo, you can't let the homie down. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So when we up there and I'm rapping and he rapping and it's going crazy in there and it's like, Houston, I love Houston, man. They was in there really like, yo, go, like, go. Like, they on the edge of their seats. They for everything. It don't matter what. If it's cheerable, they're cheering, man.
Amazing.
And they didn't have no problem booing, as you see with that night. So at the end, us, we wanted a few battles. There wasn't no boos. There were a lot of other battles had situations. Saying that to say, that I got this problem. I got this problem in my career where it's like, I'm so big on the creativity. I'm really big. I really, really, really emphasize creativity. And once I kind of create the material, I get laxed in terms of, because I'm like, yo, I know this shit is great. I don't be giving a fuck about the delivery of it. And that's a problem I've recognized over, you know what I'm saying, the years. But that was the time where I really was vested all the way because, like I said, the home. So I had to find like reasons like that. It was a learning situation where I figured out, okay, this is what makes you tick in terms of being able to make sure you perform. You got to be able to match that. Professionalism aside, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out Rum. That was a great moment for like the whole, like, mind you, we weren't on that card, niggas. We were not booked. We literally rolled our way onto that shit, and I wasn't even expecting Rum to pick up on it. I was just doing shit. And then he matched it, and then it just so happened he did a battle in my city. My daughter was being born that week, which is crazy. Wow. And so I pulled up on him, and we shot the last promo video. You know what I'm saying? Wow. It just so happened to work out that way. And so, I mean, it's one of them things. It's like, yo, it just worked. Promo great, battle you didn't know you wanted, create attention for. And then if niggas didn't notice, we didn't talk bad about each other in the whole promo. Like, he didn't call me trash. I didn't call him trash. It was no negativity. It was no, like, threats of violence. It was just humor.
Entertainment, very entertaining.
Humor and entertainment, and then a big battle, and then we lived up to it with the battle. That was like, man, shout out Rum, man, forever, man.
Shout out Rum, the GOAT. Do you also know how big that is for DMV battlers after you? Like, to see how great of an opportunity. Do you also see how inspiring of an opportunity it was as a DMV battler that your career made it to that point, and that you showed them, listen, this is achievable. You know what I mean? Because let's not fool ourselves. There are thousands of battlers that will never get that far in their career, no matter how good they are. You know what I'm saying? So how did that register for you after? Like,
no,
I showed y'all this. We can make it this far.
No, I ain't.
Okay. Has anyone ever told you that?
I don't frame it that way. I mean, people, I'll be lying if I said artists that are close or people that are from the area haven't said that. Yeah, they have. I don't frame it that way in my mind. I'm not thinking about how it looks to other people. I know about what it is to me and like what it could mean possibly, but I don't really consider it from the angle of like, yo, that's like on some shit like, yo, if you do these things, you can be there too. Like this part, like I just try not to think about it that way. And it's just not a natural thought process for me because I don't really control that perception. I don't I can't control. But if somebody talks to me and asks me how or what was going on, I can have a conversation like this with them. But I didn't consider it at the time. Now, I mean, I guess for the sake of for this conversation, I can say like, yeah, I can see what you're saying is being a possibility, or people looking at it and being something that they motivate. Because I pull motivation from several things that I see around me. But that wasn't my goal at the onset. So I can't.
It meant the world to me personally because, and just OSB as a whole, but your accomplishment as well. Yeah. I spent an extensive amount of time in the DMV in my formative years, and I wish people knew how divided things were at one point. Yeah. It was really bad at one point, and so see you know, you'd have to be there to really understand like the division, the crab in a barrel mentality.
Yeah.
Just there was a point where there was a lot of hate. I don't know how things are now because I'm so removed from it, but during the decade that I spent there, it was some trying times, very violent times. And to see y'all move as a unit and for you to get to that point, I don't know, there was something so magical about that moment for me personally, just to know that this is possible. This is attainable from people who are the DMV movement of people from different regions that are regions that really don't rock with each other in the real world geographically. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
So did all of that register, or for you it was just I'm up here rapping with one of the greatest ever, and that's that?
I don't look at myself as the great unifier of the North. Nah, I don't.
The king of the North. Let's go, Jon Snow.
Hell no. I think, like I said, I've had conversations with individuals who have told me how they perceive the accomplishment. And I've been grateful to have been in a position to benefit from that, or to be the one that capitalized on that opportunity. But I don't feel like I don't view it. I don't know how to view it from this everybody else. I don't know how to do that in terms of looking at me. I can see once again how that could be that. And what you said is very true in terms of the division and the tribalism in this area. But I get love from everybody. I fuck with every niggas from all over. I fuck with people from all over. I welcome all people to support anybody from our area, no matter what the line might say in the sand. Especially like when it comes to like artistic expression. I don't want you to limit yourself based on any geographical like norm, but we get love. Like me, she, everybody like this one there. We get love all throughout the DMV. Like it's not relegated to one region or one area. Nobody really hates because we're from this part, or it's not. That hasn't been my experience. I get stopped wherever I get stopped at. People ask me pitch, whatever it might be. It's not like limited to one area or another. So I can say that I feel loved from my entire area whenever I'm around on my side. So
I love that, and y'all are unified, which is just beautiful to see.
Yeah.
Now let me take a sip of water before I ask this next question. As I said, there's a proximity to seeing your favorites win or come close to win and then achieve the win.
Yeah.
There's also a unified feeling, which borders on parasocial whenever a major loss is taken. And Ace Amin versus Shotgun Suge. It was difficult for us as fans of Ace Amin. Yeah. You know what I mean? What was the experience like for Ace Amin himself?
Man, listen, man. That nigga was on 10, man.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, that wasn't even the best him that year.
Damn.
Nah, him versus, maybe, I'll say that year. Him versus Chess, he was probably crazy against Chess. Chess had to deal with some bullshit. Like, I don't know how on earth to try to deal with that. He was wild. Man. Sometimes it's just not your night. Like, I don't give a fuck what I would have said. Like, my first round was pretty well received. It wasn't like, it wasn't crazy. My craziest round. Ace was there was a lot of shit going on. You know, like, I'm being honest. I'm not going to ever excuse or use it as an excuse. It doesn't excuse like the performance. There was a lot of shit going on. Dealing with the battle, not like life shit. I mean, actual shit, like the timing of the battle, things that were supposed to happen, things surrounding the battle that was fucked up. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't gonna rap.
Damn.
I wasn't gonna rap. Like, I don't say why, but I wasn't gonna take that stage. It took a lot to keep me on the stage. Like, it took a lot.
Damn.
That's why it was a big like gap. I'm not just saying that, and it was it wasn't because of lack of preparedness. It wasn't that. It was shit going on. So, saying that to say like he still like that doesn't account for him being up there bombing. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, like he was leaving the earth. Like I learned a lot in that moment then too. Like, there's a lot of things I thought I knew, and I was like, what, 5 years in the game, and then 4 years in the game at that time, and he was just up there. It was a masterclass, man, from the beginning to end. Like he'll tell you this. Like, he told me that he was scared. I like the crazy thing is I get a lot of love from the peers. Like, character aside, villainy aside, in terms of my public persona. Like, my peers, they know what I get in. They know that I'm one of the ones that kind of like will change trajectories and how niggas look at you. I talk like I'm a talk right. Like, niggas that talk angle talk like rap and talk. It's kind of the dangerous ones in terms of perception. Like
Mhm.
niggas that just go up there just got bars. They don't really like hurt you. They'll win, but they don't like make you look crazy. They don't change shit for you. Like it's just like, and I don't want to just say names because it's gonna seem like I'm like diminishing somebody. But if you think about punchers and you think about their careers, they don't really just like put niggas out of commission. It's always like an angle talk. It's like niggas that talk and like that's where that goes from. The niggas that are entertaining, but the niggas that talk to you while being it's a little bit different. And he was in there like he was really thought that. And mind you, that event wasn't supposed to be in that big of a room. It started off as a small room battle, then they got moved to Gramercy, then they got moved to Urban Plaza. Because at the time, I don't know if you remember, Chrome, I believe, one of them other leagues was doing an event at the same time, and they be like, all right, well, we're gonna do a big event too. You know what I'm saying? So then they did. So it wasn't even supposed to be there. Which is not once again, it's not just because we both had to adjust. So I was trying to say he was wild. He was wild. That shit was crazy, man. Sometimes you gotta watch a nigga leave Earth from Earth. Like
leave Earth from Earth is so funny. As a creative, and that this is I speak to the creative when I say this. How do you, as a writer and as a performer and just as a creative in general, what mind state do you get into in terms of moving beyond something like that? Because there are plenty of creatives that we've seen in those situations that we never hear from again, that get demoralized and like, do you just shrug it off? Do you just say, okay, all right,
information.
it is what it is. We keep it pushing.
Your enemy is your lack of information. Figure out why. Like cavemen that first came out the cave, they were taking risks. They didn't have fire, they didn't have nothing. They had to just we got to get out this cave. Like in order for us to find food and to consider, if we stay in this cave, we might be safe, but we'll die because we can't get food. So we get out this cave in order for us to actually track our progress and to know we gotta find these things that we're looking for and know what not to look for. Information. If you're studying the game tape and figuring out like what went wrong. How can I improve? Like, is this something that's catastrophic in the sense of, could I have done better? Was it completely out of my control? What things could I have done better? What things could I have done differently that would have positively contributed to me having a better outcome? Once you ascertain those things, like, nah, you don't. If you know you got the talent, now if you questioning whether you got the talent or not, or your confidence is that shot from it, then that's something different. But in terms of like identifying what the weak point is, it's like it might be a matchup thing where it just wasn't a good matchup, but that's not overall indicative of your ability. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I never felt like, yo, this ain't for me, or I need to. I need to do better at A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let me figure out those things and not let that happen again. How do I counteract someone whose delivery is so blunt but rhythmic, and with a powerful presence like that, who also performed and had a familiarity with an audience? How do I counteract these things? What do I do better to you slow down? That's why I gotta slow down. I gotta slow down and rely on my intangibles more instead of just going up there and trying to rapidy rap. Like so.
That's real. That's real. You could apply that to the challenges of real life. So salute. Thank you for dropping that jewel. A battle that occurred a while back, Ace Amin versus Jada Nightwing, had some excellent content in it on both sides, but one particular bar stayed with me, or a concept, I'll say, the turning nigga into night, like autocorrect concept. And then I remember hearing Hansel say a variation of that as well. And when moments like that occur, where a concept is it's a derivative work, if you will, or they just sound very similar. What does it, you as the originator of that concept, what do you think? Do you just think, okay, two great minds think alike, or do you think people have studied what you're doing, or how does it impact you as the originator of the concept?
I don't know if I'm the originator of the concept. I know that I said that bar on URL.
Okay.
In 2019. So I don't know if anybody had tied those two things together. I'm pretty sure autocorrect existed before 2019. Pretty sure that somebody who has had their phone correct them saying nigga a million times, they probably thought of it if they rap. They thought of the fact that it does that. I don't feel any way. I feel like, when artists are known for their high-end creativity, and when artists are known for their low-end ability to steal. In the event that there is a person who is commonly known for their low-end ability to steal, then I think you proceed accordingly. And if it's somebody that's known for their high end ability to create, and you proceed accordingly. I don't like. I said it. You know what I'm saying? He said it. I don't think he watched my battle and said, I'm going to say that. It's certain times you're influenced by certain things that you might see, and that says like, and you might not realize that you subconsciously like remember it, and then you say it. Like I've done it before where I've been on the phone and heard somebody say something, and I wonder why I got a concept a month later, and I'll be like, oh, I feel like somebody said it, and I'll ask the nigga, and the nigga be like, oh, you know which call said that? I'm like, oh, see, I knew I said, and I won't.
Yeah.
But I didn't deliberately say to myself, "Oh, I like that concept. I'm about to take it. I know he about to go say that shit on URL. I'm gonna say it too." Like, I know I see like imagine a nigga. Some niggas do it though, like, and I said the ones that know it and that you know do it, and they have the track record, or like it's such a blatant fever. Like a nigga word for word set up the same, performance similar. Same type of inflection on their voice. They really like that bar, and they just decided they was gonna say it. I be telling niggas all the time, you gotta understand how funny it is for a nigga to hear a bar and like it so much. He like, yo, I'm saying it. Like that's pretty. But that don't think, nah, hell, I've been for nowhere. It's happened to me. Like, you know what I mean? That time niggas have said things that I've said, or we had like I said, like, bro, come on, bro. Like, you know.
Yeah, it happens.
Niggas blatantly take, but I know niggas that done it. I can,
yes.
I'm waiting to battle a couple of them niggas, so I could tell them like, yo, yeah, nigga.
I ain't forget you took my shit. Okay. Outside of the battles, I have some questions as well. There's been noticeable absences from Ace Amin, right? There's been gaps. There'll be momentum, and then there'll be periods of time where we don't hear from you, and then you come back. And can you speak to that at all without getting too personal? Those times that happens, as fans,
I know, nigga, I be wilding sometimes. I've been in battle 7 years. I've actively taken a year off and battle rap 3 times, like a year straight. I've stopped battling a year at a time 3 times. From 2010, from 2002 to 2010, that's crazy. 2020 June when I battled Fonz, I didn't battle again until May 2021 against Jims. You know what I'm saying? The only battle between that was the Top Pretty one in December. But I went that whole year inactive. Then I did another stint of 2024. From 2024, I haven't really been battling. I battled from 2024, the whole 2024, I didn't battle until November of that year. And then 2025, I battled against Hansel, and I think one more. I had one more battle last year, I think. Maybe I didn't. I had one battle last year too.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, next... I did Tex Saygo.
Oh, that's right.
2 battles last year, 2 battles 2024.
Shank Blade. We'll get to that shortly. No, I thought he said the first time. We'll get to that. Shout out to Tex. Do you need to take that for a second? I can wait.
No, it's just vibrating. Like, no freaky. Like I'm trying to. I'm trying to nobody dying.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Whenever you are. My bad. Hold on. We go.
Okay. My next question for you. You know, I'm a square. I don't get into street things, but I do have to ask, and you know, accept whatever answer you give us. Where do things stand with you and Drugz?
Why do niggas assume that me and Drugz is some street shit?
Brother.
You said street thing. Why do you not people? Why do
I guess you can ask me.
Why do you
I don't know. I think
what leads you to believe, like what did I say specifically? What specific did I say that leads you to believe it's street shit?
I think the assumption is made when you see the insults flying. I think that leads people to think that, okay, this may be beyond battle rap. And they could be wrong. This could be a wrong assumption.
All right. When the John shit was happening, right? Before we would book the battle, or we were talking about battling, did you see me say anything about John?
Can't recall right now exactly what I said.
I'm old, so I'm not from this era of when you have real life issues that you place them on the internet, unless they started on the internet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if it's a street issue, it's gonna be in the streets.
Right.
I ain't got no street. I've said it repeatedly. Like me saying a nigga's a bitch is not it's no different than me saying it's sunny outside right now. It's observation.
Mm-hmm.
It don't gotta be no street shit for like if me and you cool, Frank, and I tell you not to eat my name on the birthday cake, no freebie, and then you eat my name on the birthday cake, fool. Like, and I really thought the way about that. I'm gonna say you did some bitch ass shit, but I'm not. Ain't no street shit. Street shit, bro. Street shit is niggas dying, man. Street shit is niggas. Street shit is niggas risking their livelihoods and their lives actively in pursuit of an end. What niggas consider street shit and what actually is street shit, there's this big chasm. Like it's not close, man. Like we're both entertainers and we're both in the eyes of the public.
Yeah.
I stand by everything that I said. But it don't always gotta be street shit because it seems aggressive.
Understood.
Two grown men having a fight. Like, niggas fight every day. Them niggas don't be actively engaged in street activity because they got in a fight. They both work at Amazon. Niggas get shot by other niggas who are squares or who are working niggas or civilians who aren't street niggas. And that's not necessarily street activity. Just because there's a conflict involved between two men who happen to be street does not mean the source of it is street. And I don't even
real
stuff no street nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a father, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking about the streets. Nothing I do is for the validation of or the profligation of the street. I'm not on that. Like, I am what I am. Like, I'm a nigga that been through some things just like anybody else, has experienced some things just like anybody else, who lived a certain way just like anybody else. But just because I got a problem with a nigga and I'm from a certain background doesn't mean that that's the source of the problem.
Understood. Understood. I'm gonna Google profligation a little later, but
yeah, profligation. Yeah,
profligation. Okay, some other shit right there.
Definitely.
So a battle that when announced, we were super hyped to see, and I still want to see the battle. I think most of us do. Ace Amin versus Tay Roc. Will that battle ever occur?
Man, shout out to GOAT. Tay Roc is actively transitioning to another life in terms of I mean that ass like man,
no, it's amazing to see.
Salute him for having the courage to pursue an endeavor that
100%.
people don't know you for, and using your platform to aid in that transition and not being afraid to highlight that, man. Shout out him. And I hate the detractors, the people that I'm seeing that have negative things to say. I'm not gonna say I hate. I don't like that. See, me personally, I'm never affected by that type of shit, but I hate when it seems as if there are people who are like trying to use that to bother people, and it's like almost like, but like I said, you wouldn't walk up to a motherfucker and say that type of shit when you see him on the street. You just do it, man. Whatever. So, if he has time to reschedule and get that battle done, I would be honored. You know what I'm saying? That's the King of Maryland. That's the best nigga to ever do it, arguably. You know what I'm saying? So, I definitely would be honored to finish that battle that was scheduled. I got material. That's a crazy thing. I had, right? That shit was kind of crazy. It was a crazy time in life, though. That was during that period of 2024, 2025 period where I was like on house arrest. So niggas would understand. Like, niggas don't know I was on house arrest. I couldn't go everywhere I wanted to go, move how I wanted to move. Sometimes they'd be like cool, sometimes they wouldn't. And so that's what was going on.
That's real. And shout out to Tay Roc. The reason I laugh, I just think of that clip of him falling. But I love that because I think somebody who's as great in he posted it.
Part of niggas don't understand. He didn't have to post that.
Yeah, but I love that though. That that's what's dope to me.
He owning it. He's like, yo, I gotta work on shit. I love that.
And somebody who's been so great in one area, it's inevitable they're gonna be great in the other. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what he does in that.
Yeah, one life, bro. That passion that you got is gonna go with you. It is. Like, it's not gonna go. It's not. If you don't pour it into things, it's gonna go with you. You gotta pour it into the things that you're passionate about while you're here, because once you're gone, it's gone.
Yeah, I agree. Tex Saygo. Salute to Tex Saygo, a very dope talent that's out here. That battle went in a way that I was not expecting. Obviously, I don't know. I just thought it was going to be more of a fight, but, life happens. Real life happens. And I'm sure there were things behind the scenes that prevent Tex from showing up as the best version of himself. But what I want to highlight is your incredible performance there. I thought you did a fantastic job. there's not promo that I see where they don't include the clip of niggas getting hog-tied by a Muslim.
Oh, yeah.
That bar is out of here. That is incredible. Talk to me about that battle, and how did you feel looking back at that performance?
I hate that it wasn't the 3 rounds it was supposed to be. I had 3 rounds. I spent a lot of time memorizing them. And I spent a lot of time writing them and memorizing them. And to be told the day of the battle that we're just going to be 1 round because the nigga ain't prepped. And then it was like, yo, the options was like, yo, I could rap all 3 of my rounds. You just got to keep saying round after each one. Like, it's wasting footage. Like, niggas ain't going to want to see me rap to a nigga that's just dying that ain't got nothing to say. Like, so it was like, yo, let him try to rap whatever he got, and then I'm going to rap my first. That's crazy thing is that was only my 1 round. That 1 round I rap was my first round. Like, that's it. I didn't combine anything. That was just my first round. So it was like, yo, if I had to rap the other, they went together. You know what I'm saying? Like my writing ain't for just 1 round. Like unless it's a 1 round. If it's 3 rounds, it's 3 rounds. They are 3 individual rounds. So I wish that it would have went differently for the fans, like for them to be able to enjoy, like the people that really, really fuck with what I do. No free. I wanted them to get the full 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I wanted them to get that so that they could really end like, oh, this nigga's wilding. And but life happens. I don't want it to seem like I'm insensitive to what is going on in a nigga life. I've been there. I'm there all the time. You know what I'm saying? Life be happening. But I whooped his ass bad. It was a lot of things at stake there. It was, he coming over from the trenches, him, his first time on URL, him talking shit online as if he could really fuck with me. I was like, yo, bro, he's brand new to this shit. Like, he never dealt with no high leverage moment. Like, he even said it, like, when you get up there, that's different in the URL. It's just different, bro. It's just different, bro. Like, that the pressure is different. I swear I don't get nervous for nobody. I can know I don't know my shit on any other league. I don't even give a fuck. I can know my shit on URL and I'd be like, damn, all right, it's time to go. Let's come on, let's get it together, let's go. Yeah. It's different. And that shit impacts what you can do moving forward on those other leagues. The things I do on them other leagues it's not really going to change nothing on that league. You know what I'm saying? So not to say you should look at it that way, it's just in terms of the pressure. You know what I'm saying? So he went in there and found out, like you don't know what you don't know till you find out you don't know it. And I'm telling them, like, nigga, they ain't gonna listen to me when I'm telling them, like, yo, bro, you don't know this, like, it's different, Nigga ain't gonna know it till you show them. And then now he like, oh shit, hog tie by a Muslim, now it's going viral everywhere. It's
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And why nigga gotta go viral on you if you don't understand it? Why I gotta go viral for you to pay attention to what I'm saying,
man? Another matchup that extensive talks were had about the breakdown of this battle. There's a lot of history with this battle. I don't want to get into any of that stuff. I just want to ask, is there a possibility, as a fan of this matchup, that we could one day see Ace Amin versus J Morr?
Hey, man, if you would have told dinosaurs that 300 million years from now, there's going to be these little people, little hairless apes that are going to control the entire geography of the earth after you're here, they wouldn't have believed it. You know what I'm saying? So standing here right now, I don't foresee a circumstance that even matters or making, like, why? For what? Like, I mean, it's cool. It's possible. Everything's possible. It's entertainment. Everything's possible. Okay. Nigga talk like, I didn't think John was going to be a battle.
Okay.
And then it made sense.
And then it turned into an incredible battle.
I ain't going that far. I'm going to just say, you can't be mad at certain situations because, like, you don't fuck with something or someone, and you kind of got bad intentions, and then it goes left. It's like, damn, I definitely was planning on doing some bullshit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to go into a battle in your mind thinking you're going to have to slap the shit out of a nigga. It's not way. That's no circumstance that you want to give them. You know what I mean? Niggas go to work every day and they want to slap the shit out their supervisor every day, and it affects their ability to be, like, productive because in the back of their mind, they're waiting. This nigga say the wrong thing today. The damn slap the shit out. To go into a situation where you're supposed to be getting some money and knowing your mind, bro. You got one time. I'm gonna rearrange your complexion on your face. You know what I'm saying? That's not the healthiest way to get no money, but I'm not. I'm progressive in terms of finding ways to be able to do new things. So if somebody's can introduce me a new way to look at this and maybe some money, I wouldn't mind rapping with a nigga.
Okay.
I never had nothing wrong. I never had nothing. I wasn't on camera apologizing to nobody. So, you know what I'm saying? Not even on camera. Like, I never had to apologize for something that I didn't feel like I needed to apologize for. Anything that I apologized for was because I wanted to apologize, not because I was compelled to, or coerced, or forced,
all right,
or made to under duress.
All right, let's just ghostwriting in battle rap.
Crazy segue.
I just wanted to get out of there. Ghostwriting. Is that crazy? That was a pause. My bad. I just wanted to move on to the next subject. Is that fair? Ghostwriting in battle rap. A lot of talks. I interviewed Dre Dennis. He had his thoughts. He spoke candidly about, you know, having written for people and things like that. It's been in a lot of blogs. We saw the whole Verb and Danger Zone alleged remarks going back and forth. That whole situation. It seems to be a subject. What are your thoughts on ghostwriting in battle rap?
This is supposed to be competitive, emotional a lot most times. It's entertainment. The rawest form of it, no freaky. The essence of it is the pure competition. Hip hop, you don't write it, you don't rap it. Receiving assistance is different than writing for niggas.
Fact.
Niggas even throwing around ideas is different than niggas writing for you. Niggas conceptual ideas, connections, thought processes, ways of attack. Those are all things that you can share. Individualized written lines, word for word, shit like that. It is what it is. I get it. There's a market for everything. I hate engaging in, like, you know, I hate that shit. Like, I hate it. That's just, most times it's self-serving when niggas get into that bag. So, I understand. It does not affect my ability to consume the product at all.
Okay.
To consume the product. Now, as a fan, I can understand why I would. You know what I'm saying? As a strictly a fan, as a person that's not a participant, I would understand why someone's saying, yo, I'm the best writer in the world, but he's got 5 niggas helping him. I can understand why that would look like.
That's an issue.
Like, fuck you, me, you're the best writer in the world. Yo, hey, we say yo. Say that.
We say yo, it's so crazy. We say yo, it's crazy. We said
together. We said yo. What he said? What he say yo? He said we said yo. Like, say that. Nothing wrong with it. Just be honest.
We said it's so crazy.
We said yo. We said yo. That's one of our jokes. Like, when niggas like, yo, we said these. But when we know a nigga had help, like, yo, the nigga said yo. We like, yo, the nigga said yo on me. Like, what you mean? Like, all the niggas over there ganged up. No, free. So saying that to say, like, I mean, it doesn't. I get it. The best in this shit is the best in this shit though. Like, the best niggas in this shit are the best niggas in this shit. They don't. Yeah. It's there's no room for it, and it's like there's no need for it. that's why the stealing shit is so funny. It's like, yo, you can go find 7 niggas. You can go find 7 niggas to help you before you gotta go steal an individual bar, bro. Legitimate. You can find one fire nigga that's gonna make sure you're good. That you don't gotta go steal nothing. You know what I'm saying? But nah, the best is the best. It's very hard to replicate. Thought processes are original. Everybody don't sound like everybody, but motherfuckers get help. A lot of motherfuckers get help, man. You know that. You know that, nigga.
Moving right along.
You know that. One day I'll speak freely on this subject, and then one day I'll speak.
We can circle back. Okay.
One day. Let the right motherfucker say the right motherfucking thing. You know? But until then, it's a group of motherfuckers decide that they feel like being activists for the integrity of the sport and be like, shut the fuck up, nigga.
Until then, it's heavy on the ghost. Okay. Top 5 DMV battlers of all time, according to Ace Amin. Take your time.
I don't need to take no time. DMV, like, house here locally, or they like from here? Because like you got Twerk and Luke Castro, who are both discovered from DMV leagues. But if you don't count them, you count like people that are from that claim DMV.
Yeah, we'll leave it
Tay
to
Roc
that.
is number
People
one.
that
Everyone's
okay.
list, unless you don't include Baltimore. But if we're talking like battle rap DMV,
yeah, battle rap DMV.
Tay Roc is number one.
Mm-hmm.
I got Prep. I don't know what number I got Prep at.
Okay.
I got She.
That's 3.
I got Drugz, bitch ass.
That's 4.
Eunice.
Damn. Okay, that's a solid 5. A solid 5. All right. Damn.
Eunice has quietly done more than all of us. Eunice has rapped in London 2, maybe 3 times. Eunice has been on Summer Madness and Nome in the same year. Eunice has YouTube drops. Eunice has 100K plus followers on TikTok. Eunice is arguably the second best nigga from the state of Maryland ever.
Damn.
In terms of ground cover.
Damn.
Now, if I'm being honest, I would absolutely have a way with the little youngin, no freaky. But in terms of,
will we get that one day? Will we get a Eunice versus Ace Amin one?
There's literally no need for it.
But if it was booked,
there's no need.
Okay,
we already did 2-on-2.
But you would never 1-on-1 because I still want to see you and Appa and you and Eunice run it for the sake of competitiveness.
There's no need.
Okay.
I fuck with, that's my bro. They're both my bros.
Okay.
Maryland all the way. I fuck with both of them.
Okay.
There's no need. The competitive side of me, I can sit here and get bravado. And I'm gonna just, you tell me after you see this next battle that I'm booked for. You tell me if it makes any sense.
Okay. Yeah,
the give a fuck level on me right now is it's the threshold for me not giving a fuck is way too like low for me to be battling homies, the people I fuck with.
Understood.
I value my relationships.
Okay. There's a few people in DMV I would have loved to see battle, but we'll just move right along. Speaking of the battle that you're booked for, JC versus Ace Amin got announced.
One of the greatest ever.
I love this battle.
Why? If you don't mind me asking.
It's writer versus writer.
What kind of what's the emphasis in writing for both?
Penmanship. I think we're going to see
down because I want to understand why you're saying this.
Like, for me personally, it's like JC is very layered in his writing.
What is that?
But you
say layered. What do you mean? You mean
like he layers his writing very well, you know. But I think that you layer it at a more complex level, if that makes sense. There's a lyrical dexterity that you have that he doesn't have.
Is it the sound or is it the words themselves?
I think it's the
sound is my emphasis more so than the.
You have the alliteration. He doesn't have that. Is it alliteration? Is that I think you're far more complex than he is, but I do appreciate the layering in his writing, and I just think stylistically
I'm far more complex. I don't think I'm far more complex.
I do. I think the
you're not saying why though.
It takes more to get you like he has like I'm not gonna verbalize this well, but there's steps to the punch, right? JC will, let's say there's steps to the punch. JC will give you 2 to 3 clean steps to the punch. You'll give us like 7. You know what I'm saying?
That's the duration of the setup. That don't mean it's more complex.
It takes a lot more.
Wavy got long setups,
but it's not just long. It's within the setup. There's punches sometimes. There's a complexity to the amount of words that are rhymed. There's
that's the sound.
Yeah, but also the haymaker. I think y'all both do haymakers, but yours land way heavier, and yours are angle punches. He can have a punch that's not that you could use towards different. It's a great punch, but you could apply it to different people. Yours is an angle punch that is directly to the opponent, and it's bang. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, stylistically, I love this battle. I think JC's incredible. I think you're incredible. We're about to hear some very, very good raps.
JC go on heaters, man. JC one of them niggas. There's a lot of niggas in this shit that don't catch fire.
Mm-hmm.
And there's niggas that do catch fire. Catch fire meaning they can't miss for extended periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the scariest niggas in this shit. When a nigga can catch heaters, it's like streaky shooters. It's like a nigga that but then you got niggas that catch heaters and the niggas who consistently catch heat. He's a nigga that consistently, like, every battle you could depend on one round that's going to be the high point of either the battle or the event. And you got to be able to contend with that. If you can deal with that, then you can navigate the battle. He's very poised. He's one of the best ever. Like,
yeah, I think he's incredible.
He's revolutionized how we structure a lot of this shit, believe it or not. He doesn't get the credit, maybe because of volume, he doesn't get the credit that some other niggas get. But if you just view, like, his peak, not even his peak potential, like, not peak like time period, but peak like him at his best, whatever time period it is, the level of, it's not complexity, but attention.
Yeah.
It'd be like, when he be like every fucking letter, sometimes he really strives for every fucking letter. So, and
the consistency is in his writing, like all 3 rounds. It's fantastic.
Not rattled, can't speed him up, can't slow him down. If he wins a room from you, you're in trouble. I think he's one of the greatest ever. I've told him this several times. I was a big JC fan before I ever started battle rapping. He's one of the ones that kind of let me know how to do this from a distance. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very daunting challenge, to say the least, for a nigga like me that stutters and mutters and never gets through clean material, and I'm can't rap. Boy, I tell you, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm sweating, shaking in my boots.
Man, I don't want to hear that. I'm not accepting that from you or anybody else. There was a battle with JC and Foots, right? Yeah. Foots has, I love Foots. I love Foots' rap style and everything. But it's a technique of ambiguous references that are cleverly put together. And he was very good against JC, but JC got all 3 rounds. And so when I watched that battle, in my head, I was just like, okay, although Foots is a very good and innovative puncher, it's going to take more than just that ability to punch creatively. It's going to take someone who's actually has also substance and angle punching to defeat that. But I never in my mind put it together, Ace Amin versus JC. That matchup never occurred to me. But when I saw it on paper, I was like, this is where we see what happens now, because you have the element of incredible angle punching along with substance, along with lyrical dexterity. He's going up against a whole lot more now. Does that make sense?
Very much so. I'm gonna say this. I'm probably saying too much, but I don't do a lot of interviews now, so I'm gonna say this while we're interviewing. If you got time, it's gonna take me a little second to get to this. I'm gonna land this. A lot of our recipes in battle rap have been lost. And if for the sake of this, just what I'm saying, not in reality, you don't have to view it this way. We just reduced battle rap to a performance art in terms of a performance art, anything like acting, theater work, or whatever you might do, performing, whatever version of performance art a person is familiar with. And then you accept that in those 9 minutes you're rapping, you have to utilize all of the tools of a performing artist, whether it be stand-up comedian, a comedian, or live performance artist, stand-up comedian, an athlete, whatever it might be. And there's an audience, there's a crowd. There are certain tools that you have to be able to use, and there's a visual component to the battles. If you view each opponent in 3 parts, this is what I do. You do a visual component, you do a written component, meaning the actual words, and then you do a sonic component, meaning what you can hear. So, meaning when I rap something, if I write something down and you don't have the rhythm, you haven't heard it, you'll read that differently than I would rap, and vice versa. If you combine all 3 of those components, you get the totality of a battle rap performance. When you look at each opponent, you see where their rhythms and where their strengths and weaknesses lie in those 3 things. And then you figure out, do they align with your strengths, or must you highlight their weaknesses in order to combat their strengths? An example, when I'm battling Rum Nitty, I know that he has excellent, and his sound is one of the biggest parts of his rap. And his visual component is there. It's not the bigger part. You don't think of him as a performer, but he is one. He does perform, but he's not a performer. That's not the big point of it. You don't think of you think of the things that he wrote and how he's able to enunciate them and highlight when he is punching or the culmination of a point. He's very skilled at setting you up for it, and then you build anticipation, and then he cascades it with the punch. When I'm battling him, how does what I do align with what he does when you combine all three of those things? I knew that I had an advantage in performing in crowd interaction and in brevity in terms of, his brevity was a strength for him. The lengthiness of my setups, no freaky, would have to be payoffs, meaning I'm gonna take you to a longer, it's gonna take me a little while longer to get there than him, but I gotta make sure the payoff is worth you waiting, so that way it seems like I'm giving you something that he's not giving you, and then substance. So you use all three of those things, you attack those areas, the visual, the sonic, and the written, in order to ascertain where your strengths or your weaknesses lie with an opponent, and then you build your attack. Some niggas just rap though. You know what I'm saying? They'll never understand, like, I can't rap gunpowder pass rounds. I can't rap not with what my persona is. I'm a jail street nigga, very edgy, very witty, very known for what I have to say, the impact of what I have to say. Me to get up there and have 3 rounds of nothing but jokes is just not gonna go over well with an audience, because it doesn't align with what they expect from me. I rap with JC raps, and JC can't rap without raps. Not because he's not capable of rapping, just because it does not align with the visual part of what he says and what he does. If JC were bumping niggas the way that I bump niggas, they wouldn't work out the same way, because he's not a 210-pound ex-felon. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all that to say, those are the things and how you consider when you're looking at an opponent or a matchup from the eyes of the competitor and not just a fan. So when I'm looking at JC, boy, that shit's terrifying.
Damn. Whew, that was a lot to digest.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a tough question. Take your time with this question. Is Beasley your cousin?
Absolutely. Depending on who's asking.
Why? Where did niggas come up with that?
Surf said it.
Oh, so
if you believe Beasley's my cousin, then he's my cousin. And if you don't, then
so he just Surf just welcome home to Surf. He just invented that.
He said he's slick talking in the moment. He talking shit. He said Smack's brother and Beasley's cousin. He said both, and the niggas ain't related. Everybody knows Troy Mitchell and Eric Beasley are not related. Yes. Everyone knows that. So he said you're Smack's brother, and then in the next breath he said you're Beasley's cousin, and niggas ran with it.
Ran with it just because y'all both got bald heads.
I don't duck no labels. No, I'm gonna own it. You say my name. The Calicoe said my name was Ace Amin. My name is Ace Amin. And so said my Beasley's my cousin. Eric Beasley's cousin. Family thing.
Yo, that is crazy.
I met Beasley in 2019. I don't know. I just met these niggas. It was it. That was my cousin. All right, fuck it.
Fuck it, we're here now.
Yeah.
Speaking of Calicoe, and so there's 3 battles.
Just ducking ass nigga.
There's 3 battles I want to see from you. One day I want to see Ace Amin versus Chess. I want to see Ace Amin versus Calicoe. And I had to do this third person. I had to substitute because I originally wanted to see Ace Amin and B Dot, but of course B Dot is left battle rap, so I substituted with Real Sikh. Talk to us about those 3 potential battles: Chess, Calicoe, Real Sikh.
Talk to them like I'm linking them, or like just tell you.
Like tell me, can these happen one day? How do you feel about them?
Chess got the most history in terms of content. Me and Cal are the most similar. Real Sikh in terms of the type of rap. The crazy thing is, like, formulaically we're so different, but on the surface, if you just say that's why I was asking you, like, why you say we're both like layered writers, because we don't do the same shit. Like, nigga, the pen is literally just expression of whatever thought you have. It's like the writing of it. What Suge does, everybody has a pen in battle rap. Suge has a pen. I have a pen. Luke Castro has a pen. Torque has a pen. What we do is all remarkably different, though. And so
that's true.
With Real Sikh, we both rap, and we're both like very heavy on rapping, but we're very different in terms of how we rap. It's very different. It might be words or like rhythms involved, but it's not close in terms of similarity. It's not. But in terms of rapping and good rapping, we're both gonna definitely, and it's different enough that the style clash. It would be great in terms of you would get a lot of good rapping, but it's just different. I said JC. Calicoe content. It's what we talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's what we talk about. It's what we represent in this shit. I feel I would love to have a conversation with Cal on the street corner like we've talked about. We've planned actually. It just never has gone through the way that we wanted to, just because of life though. You know what I'm saying? And what was the other one?
Oh, and the final one is Real Sick. It was B Dot, but
No,
B Dot retired, so Real Sick.
It was somebody else. I just said it was Sick.
It was Chess, Calicoe, and Real Sick.
Chess got the most history.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Chess from day one, Bad Legacy 2 after the Burke Bucs battle. You know what I'm saying? Out and arguing and shit. So that's the most history there. Still love that battle. I still love to do that battle. You know what I'm saying? When it makes the most sense to try to capitalize on that. But that's like a battle 7 years in the making. So yeah, I'm high on all three of those battles for sure. When they make sense, you know what I'm saying? Real Sick on the tier. Real Sick is a certified top tier. Calicoe, you know who he is, he's a legend top tier. Check same. So I make it make sense.
Well, I just want to tell you, Ace, as a fan of yours, I truly appreciate you taking the time to have this conversation. I want to tell you that you've just personally changed my life in so many ways, but as a fan of the culture and understanding writing and understanding the progression of literary devices, you have shifted my understanding of writing. You have accomplished so much in battle rap. You have overcome so much, and you're an inspiration, brother. And you're a legend. You're a living legend. And I wanted to give you your flowers right now. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for everything. Seriously.
Man, I appreciate you, man. You know, you should strive to have better heroes, though.
Nah, fuck that. I like my heroes a little bit flawed. You understand? Yeah.
Nah,
But
I appreciate it.
My last question, so you go hang out with the fam. What do you want your legacy to be when it's all said and done? How do you want to be remembered?
My kids, man. Like what I represent to them. I want to help them be the best thems that I can ever be. That's it. Like everything else is cool, but my kids, like my kids and their kids and then their kids, and they like, we affect thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of years of our family with decisions that we make. And reinforcing negative things in their lives does not allow us, the leavings, to be able to maximize our finite time on this earth. We have a very small time on this earth with them, and we got to share that. Like the time that we overlap with our kids, if we're blessed 40, 50 years, that's if you're blessed. And then they got to live, and then they got to do the same thing with their children. So you want to impart to them the importance of that time that you spend with them. So everything I do in terms of these things and being able to have a positive effect on people is in order to help them. So my kids, man.
Well, Ace, you are an incredible human being. I want to say personally, you saved my life. You've guided my life. You've constantly been a source of inspiration, intellect, and just a very positive role model. I wish that more people in the public eye could see, Ace when he's not rapping, and see that his character is just as great as his talent and ability. So salute to you for being a living legend. Thank you for taking the time to do this.
I appreciate it.
Good luck with JC, brother.
I need it. Take a look at it, man.
Peace. We out of here.